National Defensive Player of the Week. Vandy's offense leans on the run game of Ralph Webb. Expect him to be featured again tonight. You're watching the SEC on ESPN from Nashville, Tennessee, one of our favorite stops on tour. He's Dusty Dvorak, former defensive tackle at Oklahoma. I'm Clay Matvick. Welcome to Music City. And we've seen a lot of FCS versus FBS games in recent years. Those are not uncommon, but it is common for these two Nashville schools to get together, only the second meeting.
Yeah, and you know, this is a game where Vanderbilt needs to build on the momentum they gained in Athens a week ago. They got some confidence coming to this game. That was the first SEC road victory under Derek Mason. Yeah. They've yet to win back-to-back games. Great opportunity to really keep the ball rolling here in Vanderbilt here tonight.
Yeah, the first 2.5 years under Mason, a little bit difficult. Last week seems to be a breakthrough. No doubt, they leaned on the defense last week.
This is a defensive-minded team and one of the best defenders in the entire country here on display tonight. Zach Cunningham, the linebacker, was tremendous a week ago against Georgia with his 19 tackles, National Defensive Player of the Week. Great size at 6'4", 230. Got all the skill sets you look for this level and especially the next level. A defensive playmaker, sideline-to-sideline guy, and you're going to watch him right here. Great job diagnosing offensive blocking schemes and getting off of blocks. Watch him right here on the center, sheds the block, makes the play on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Sure-handed tackler, and Zach Cunningham watching him at the point of attack, blows up the fullback and gets in on the tackle, negates the touchdown right there. Vanderbilt actually stops him on the next play, gets the ball back. Now at the line of scrimmage, watch him right here with the get off. Great hands. You see him club the hands of the center down, scrapes over the top, and makes the big play right there on McKenzie for the game-winning play against Georgia. One of the best in the country on display here tonight. And Zach Cunningham.
There's Rod Reed, Tennessee State head coach. Played at Tennessee State in the 80s. He's been on staff here since 2003. He's hoping that his FCS program can pull an upset. There have been 5 FCS wins over Power 5 teams this year. Virginia, Iowa State, Washington State, all upset early in the year. So is Northwestern and Iowa in the Big Ten. Of course, North Dakota State, the 5-time FCS champs. They got $500,000 to go into Iowa City and do it to the Hawkeyes. We'll see what happens here tonight in this one. Tennessee State won the toss, and they elected to receive on an absolutely gorgeous night in Nashville. Temperatures in the low 60s, very little wind, if any. And we don't expect any rain at all. The Commodores wearing those dark uniforms tonight with the gold helmets, and that's Tommy Openshaw, the junior out of Jacksonville, Florida, having an all-SEC type year, ready to kick off. Chris Rowland, a true freshman return man, very quick, back deep for the Tigers. These schools located just 3 miles apart, but meeting for only the second time on this homecoming night here in Nashville, and we're underway. And Rowland from the 1-yard line gets to the 20, finds a little seam across the 25-yard line, but a penalty flag down at the 13-yard line behind the play.
Looked like a block in the back right there, Clay.
During the return, block in the back, number 14. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
Brad Rogers, our lead official tonight. Ronald Butler is the starting quarterback for Tennessee State. 6'3", 180-pound senior out of Tallahassee. Veteran dual threat guy. His play will be critical to moving the chains for Tennessee State tonight. Became the starter in week 4 when O'Shea Ackerman-Carter was lost for the year with a knee injury. And Rod Reed says he's been their MVP.
He has been their MVP, and he gets it done utilizing his athleticism. So vital to this Tennessee State rushing attack. Watch him in the zone read game, tuck it and run it on the throws, but still capable of making the shots down the field if the safeties and the defense is playing up.
So after the penalty, they spot the ball back at the 6-yard line of Tennessee State. So a long field here on the opening series. And it's a run play to Eric Evans, number 27. North Texas transfer, their leading rusher. And they've got to find a way to run against this Vandy defense, which held Georgia to just 75 rushing yards last week.
Vanderbilt defensive line up front been playing extremely well at the point of attack, allowing those linebackers, Zach Cunningham and company, to make plays. The safeties coming off Ryan White, Ladarius Wiley downhill right now. An excellent tackling football team. But you're right, Clay. Tennessee State's got to run the football, and a team that likes to run the ball on first and second down to get them in third and manageable.
It's going to be a methodical process for Tennessee State. They're going to huddle. They're going to run that play clock down almost every time. They want to control the clock as much as possible tonight. And they want to throw for the first time. Butler, deep downfield, has a man. Patrick Smith could go. Touchdown, Tigers. The junior from Memphis with a 93-yard touchdown reception, no penalty flags, and what a statement by Tennessee State.
Well, that's exactly the way Tennessee State needed to start this football game. Vanderbilt clearly thinking run all the way, the play action pass, and wow, what a big start here for Tennessee State on the second play of the game.
This team ranked number 25 in the country in the FCS. Vanderbilt said all week, we're not going to be looking past this team. And what a shot downfield by Ronald Butler. Now Lane Clark with the extra point, and it's 7-0.
So take a look right here. Here's the matchup. We're going to get it's a go route, but the guy you want to watch right here is the safety, as he's going to come up on the play action pass. Play action pass, freeze it right there, guys. You see your safeties up. You got one-on-one coverage on the outside, and just a great throw and catch right here by Tennessee State for 93 yards. Huge play to start this football game here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Talked about Ronald Butler's ability to run, but that was put right on the money. His 8th passing touchdown of the year. And Butler turning around and watching the jumbotron as Smith runs down the field away from the defense.
Vanderbilt so worried about that Tennessee State rushing attack. They're selling out to stop the run. We knew Ronald Butler has the ability to take his shots down the field. The play action pass works. They get man-to-man coverage on Terrell Bonds. Wow, what a start for Tennessee State.
And Derek Mason, who's also the defensive coordinator for Vanderbilt, you can see the angst on his face as he said a good start tonight is critical. You don't want to give Tennessee State any reason to think that they should be in this football game. Darius Sims opened the game in Athens last week with a 95-yard kickoff return. Set up the opening score. The SEC Special Teams Player of the Week. They kick it away from him. And Vanderbilt will start out across the 25 at the 27-yard line. Kyle Shermer, he has started every game at quarterback for Vandy. Averages 135 passing per game. That ranks near the bottom of the FBS. Just over 100 yards passing last week. Only 3 interceptions, but only 3 passing touchdowns. They don't want him to try and win this football game, just manage it.
He's a game manager. This is a running football team, but they would like to see some improvement in the passing game. Look for early on play action bootleg, get Shermer outside the pocket where he's more comfortable and throws a more accurate pass.
It's Nathan Marcus, the tight end. He goes in motion. Going to roll him out. Shermer throwing, hits Ralph Webb out of the backfield. First down play to start. Early play action to set up Webb is what we were told to expect.
Yeah, you got to think Tennessee State's expecting Vanderbilt to run the football. Probably going to load the box, challenge them to throw the ball. And you see right there the play action pass. Gets Shermer outside the pocket like we talked about and expected. And a nice easy throw to Webb out of the backfield. Get that confidence going here for Kyle Shermer.
That's a gain of 15 on play number 1. First down and 10 from the 42, and here's the first carry for Webb. He leads the SEC in all-purpose yards, but he's cut down by Chris Collins for no gain as we take a look at the impact player.
And Chris Collins right there on cue on the tackle. Leads this team in tackles. He's the field general, gets everybody lined up. Smart football player and an outstanding tackler. Ralph Webb, we've talked about him, feature back. He's the workhorse of this team. Coming into tonight, 644 career carries, just 355 yards from breaking Zach Stacy's all-time Vanderbilt record. Outstanding running back there for Vanderbilt.
730 yards, 6 touchdowns this year for Webb. Penalty flag down. Looks like a free play here for the Commodores. Schumer steps up, slides at the 48-yard line. Looks like the first penalty of the game against Tennessee State. And they've had issues with that.
Offside. Defense, number 58. It's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay second down.
That's Latrell Lee, the junior defensive end. This is a team that averages over 10 penalties per game.
Yeah, you know, we talked to the head coach about that this week, and he says the pre-snap penalties, they got to cut them out offensively, defensively. He's okay with aggressive penalties during the play. He doesn't want to coach the aggressiveness out of them, but pre-snap, they've got to be better, got to be smarter.
Second down and 5 now. Nice move by Webb to get the first down, and he could go. Webb toward the end zone. He's cut from behind and tripped up inside the 10-yard line by the safety Larry Wilhoit.
Good patience and a nice cut right there by Ralph Webb. Good blocking up front.
46-yard run for Webb.
Follows his blocker, 61. Bruno Reagan gets out in front. You see the cut right there. He makes the safety miss. Gets walked down there inside the 10. Love that cut right there. Larry Wilhoit, the true freshman.
And deep handoff. It's Webb again down to the 1-yard line. Wilhoit makes the stop, keeps him out of the end zone. This is a team, Dusty, that leans on the running backs. They are the strength of the offense, which is challenged, but putting together a nice drive here to answer Tennessee State.
Yes, they are. It's traditional football. You'll see 2 tight ends, 2 running backs, 22 personnel, and it's power football. Power O, lead zones. A little bit of an old school throwback look here tonight. And on that last play, you could see Ralph Webb. Vision, lowers the shoulders, got that power too.
Now marker down.
Substitution on the defense. 12 players in the formation. Half the distance to the goal. Remains second down.
And Tennessee State was scrambling, trying to get right personnel on the field. This defense hasn't allowed a 100-yard rusher this season, but they knew stopping Webb, stopping the other Commodore running backs, Blasingame and Crawford, going to be their biggest challenge of the year.
Big challenge. This Tennessee State front 7. Vanderbilt really getting better and better running the football.
Kari Blasingame gets his first carry, touchdown. Big running back Kari Blasingame, the converted linebacker, who scored what proved to be the game-winning touchdown last week, gets the first touchdown this week.
Good blocking up front. And Blasingame, as you said, the former linebacker, moved to running back in the spring, and he's been a great compliment to Ralph Webb. A little bit bigger, more powerful back they love to use in short yardage situations.
5 plays, 73 yards, and a touchdown for Vandy in response. Tommy Openshaw makes it a 7-7 game. So we've had some fireworks here early on. How about the touchdown pass? 93 yards, Butler to Smith, as Tennessee State makes an interesting opening statement. But Ralph Webb in this running game for Vanderbilt answers back, and we're tied up here early in Nashville. Back in Nashville, Tennessee, Music City, for this intra-city rival game. Tennessee State and Vanderbilt. I don't know if you're meeting for just the second time, hard to call Tennessee State and Vandy rivals, but there's a feel of it here this week as we were talking to the coaches and some of the players.
Said it kind of has a feel of like a high school city championship.
Yeah.
Schools extremely close in proximity, and both teams looking for a win here tonight.
A lot of blue
in
the stands here tonight. Tennessee State fans. Vandy can get to 500 with a win here tonight, and at their first 2-game win streak of the Mason era. We're tied at 7 as both offenses going to have to quick starts. This kick from Openshaw rolls to the 5-yard line. Here's Rowland again on the return and gets it to the 25-yard line. You see the blue, you see the black and gold here in Vanderbilt Stadium tonight. 3 miles from here is Tennessee State. There are 4 Division I schools right in the city. Belmont and Lipscomb as well. They don't have football programs, so Tennessee State and Vanderbilt maybe starting a tradition. They're going to meet again in 2018. Tennessee State certainly would like to see this continue.
Absolutely, yeah. Talking with the head coaches, both coaches excited about the opportunity to face off here tonight.
Butler out of the shotgun. A screen play. Ball comes loose. Is that a loose football? No, it's incomplete. Trey Herndon, he's been throwing his body around all season long. The cornerback.
Very instinctive play right there. You see the good feet, the ball skills, breaks on the ball. Just a little screen pass on the outside of bubble. Wow. Trey Herndon gets there to blow that thing up.
Herndon very physical last week in Athens. It's a multiple 3-4, 4-3, even 5 down at times defense. They've done a pretty good job adjusting under Derek Mason as he's brought in this scheme. And they're really starting to get traction defensively. 2nd down and 10. Play fake. Butler on the slant. Hits the receiver Smith, who had the touchdown grab on the first series. Torian Ferguson brings him down. That's a gain of 13.
And Tennessee State really utilizing the play action pass for the 2nd time there. A little play action pass. Hits the slant, as you said, the linebackers up, playing the run. Nice little pitch and catch there for Ronald Butler.
This defense for Vanderbilt has improved every season under Mason. The last 2, he's also been the defensive coordinator.
And you mentioned the front. You know, they go from an odd to an even look. They change up the looks up front, make it difficult on opposing offense, and depending on what they're playing is going to change week to week how they play defense.
Into the belly of Herrick Evans. Picks up a couple yards. In 2014, the first year Derek Mason was the head coach, they ranked 104th in points allowed per game. You can see how that's improved the last couple of years.
Been outstanding. Derek Mason coming in from Stanford. Defensive-minded guy. He is the defensive coordinator. Has a huge impact on that secondary. We're out of practice just yesterday. We saw him coaching it up. Not one of those coaches that just sits back and allows his assistants to coach. He's very hands-on. Doing a great job with this Vanderbilt defense.
2nd down and 8, looking right, coming back left is Butler. Man open, and it's Newbold. Stephen Newbold, the explosive true freshman. 2nd in the FCS at 24 yards per catch. Gets 17 and a 1st down.
You see right here, guys, nice job with the protection. Ronald Butler can step into the throw. A little back shoulder right here. Ronald Butler finds his true freshman target, Stephen Newbold. Speed, good route runner. Really done a good job of picking up this offense. Boy, Ronald Butler off to a great start here early on against this Vanderbilt defense.
They have come to play here tonight. They're into plus territory again. That's bobbled by Evans. Is able to corral it. Doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Ball pops out after Cunningham brought him to the turf, but he's able to recover. We talked to Tennessee State. They said playing clean tonight. No penalties and no turnovers are going to be key.
We talk about Zach Cunningham sideline to sideline, sifts through the trash. Wow. Delivers a big blow right there on 1st down. Another tackle for loss for Zach Cunningham. One of the best in the country. You just see right there his ranginess. A long linebacker. He's 6'4", 230. Almost looks like a long safety, but as you saw right there, brings a hat like as good of any linebacker you'll see in the SEC.
One of just 3 players in the entire country with more than 80 stops. Sabree Curtis. It's a handful, and it's going to bring up 3rd down. You can see that that field goal range of Lane Clark is already right there. They get to the 40-yard line, and he comes into play because he's got 3 kicks of 50-plus this year. The only kicker in the entire country, regardless of division, that has 3 over 50, including a 57-yarder.
Oren Burks right here, converted safety, now playing the star position. We'll watch for him coming off the edge.
Timeout, Tennessee State. First timeout. We've had a fast start offensively. This is the first third down of the football game. We'll talk about Cunningham more when we come back. He has had a great start defensively for Vanderbilt. We're tied at 7 here in the opening quarter.
ESPNU College Football is brought to you by Old Spice. Just thought you should know.
The coach's mural here in the West End. It underwent a renovation recently. New coaches Bryce Drew and Stephanie White added this weekend. Derek Mason and Tim Corbin, of course, have been on that wall for a while now. Derek Mason, the 47-year-old coach, looking for a defensive stop here on 3rd and 8 for Tennessee State. Butler, pocket closed in on him, steps up, and he's got the first down and more. Slips away and slides at the 12-yard line.
Well, that's what you worry about with Ronald Butler. Good coverage down the field. Pass rush was okay, but a little bit of a rush lane right there for Ronald Butler. And when he gets in the open field, that's where he's dangerous. As you see right there, Zach Cunningham had him in the open field. He makes a miss. Love the all-out effort by the Vanderbilt defense. Trying to chase him down, but a huge gain right there on 3rd and long by the quarterback, Ronald Butler.
Officially 23 yards. They spotted at the 17. His ability to run much better than Ackerman Carter, who was injured earlier in the year. He's quite a weapon. Now throws. This one is complete at the 11-yard line. Stepping out of bounds is Malin Medley, the tight end. Another gain of 8, and his numbers early, passing and running, look pretty good.
Confidence is growing. You see him on an out route right there, in rhythm with his wide receiver, on target. Those numbers off the charts.
Rod Reed told us this week that keeping Butler healthy is going to be very key to their overall success this year. They're trying to get back to the FCS playoffs for the 2nd time under Reed's leadership. 9th play of this series. It's a run. Curtis up the middle and close to the 2-yard line. Arnold Tarpley, the free safety, brought him down, but it's another 8-yard pickup. First down, goal to go Tigers.
Tennessee State continuing to have their way with Vanderbilt. We've seen Ronald Butler get it going with the pass game right there. A little zone read. Sabri Curtis, a true freshman, with a nice gain right there. But Tennessee State inside the 5.
Tigers 0-2 all-time against FBS opponents. Lost to Vandy in 06, to Air Force in 2011. Been looking forward to this one all season. You can tell they've come ready to play. First and goal. Again, Curtis. This time Vandy was ready for him. They swallow him up. 3rd down. Dari Odeyegbo making the tackle. Pardon me, 2nd and goal.
Vanderbilt defensive line getting off the ball well right there. Nephi Lalo been playing well at the nose tackle position for him. The penetration. The linebackers clean that up. They need that defensive line to dominate the line of scrimmage. Make plays in the backfield. Need penetration. Allow these Vanderbilt linebackers to roam around and make plays.
Butler out of the gun. He'll roll to his right. Look into the end zone. Cox fires. Touchdown. Patrick Smith with his 2nd touchdown reception of the 1st quarter. And these Tigers are fired up.
As well they should be. Ronald Butler getting outside the pocket. Just giving him really, really good opportunities to make plays, easy throws. Boy, Ronald Butler, the 2nd touchdown pass in the opening quarter, making a statement here tonight for the Tigers.
You see Mason shaking his head as Clark kicks the extra point. It's an 11-play, 75-yard touchdown drive for Butler and the Tennessee State offense.
They roll the pocket. They let Ronald Butler outside. Patrick Smith, his favorite target. A little option route. Touchdown, Tennessee State.
October's getting long in the tooth. It's already week 7 in the NFL. And we want you to start your Sunday off with NFL Insider Sunday edition, 10 a.m. Eastern. Then at 11, Sunday NFL Countdown. The Titans, the Tennessee Titans, at home this weekend against Indianapolis at LP Field. That's where Tennessee State plays its home games. And they're very good at drawing crowds. They rank in the top 10 in attendance in the FCS, get about 15,000 fans per game. And the fans that are here to represent the Tennessee State faithful, they're impressed.
Got to be impressed. And Rod Reed said the key to keeping these fans, win football games.
Another short kickoff. They're keeping it away from Darius Sims. Probably pretty smart. We'll give Vandy decent field position to start this drive. Their first drive looked this way as we take a look back with our Buick Drive recap.
Well, they got off to a good start. Play action pass, roll the pocket. Easy throw for Kyle Shermer out to Ralph Webb. And here's Ralph Webb inside. A little power action. Makes the safety miss. Big 46-yard gain. This Blasingame powering through for the Vanderbilt touchdown. Nice opening drive right there for Vanderbilt, but they find themselves behind right here, partner, early on in the first quarter.
Tennessee State already 169 yards of total offense. And we're going to get a timeout here called by Tennessee State.
Their second.
Already 2 timeouts used here in the half by Rod Reed.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain or knee pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace or knee brace covered by Medicare at little to absolutely no cost to you. Call the Back and Knee Brace Center at 800-752-8615. These professional-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, spinal disorders, stenosis, and other painful back problems. Our medical-grade durable knee braces are designed for those with osteoarthritis and general knee pain and weakness. Our accredited staff.
College football playoff rankings. The first one comes out November 1st. We're inching closer to that. A lot starting to come into picture, coming into focus as far as the college football playoff is concerned.
Late October, early November, that's when things start to take shape. Separation, and we start to learn more and more about these teams, and definitely saw that here today on a great day of college football throughout the country.
Ralph Webb in the backfield. Shermer away from center. A little play fake to Webb. Throws it out to the flat. That is Darius Sims. They're going to want to get it into his hands as much as possible here tonight. That's a gain of 4 on the reception. All right, so these are your picks. You can see what I've done. I've got Michigan and Louisville as my first 2 out.
We're very similar. At Michigan, they're just so tough. That defense is ferocious. Will Spades keeps getting better. Clemson snuck by NC State, so I got them there. But Louisville impressive again against NC State, and Washington still undefeated. So we're similar, just slightly different there.
See, the reason I had Michigan out is because they've still got to go to Columbus, that final game of the regular season, to play Ohio State. Darius Sims with the carry and a first down. I just am not willing to pick against Urban Meyer at home.
Well, I'm not going to pick against him yet, but I'm just going based off of what we have to this point. And to this point, both Ohio State and Michigan, man, they played extremely well. Well, I tell you, though, right there, Darius Sims. We talked yesterday. We saw him in practice. This is a guy who was the SEC Special Teams Player of the Week a week ago. They said just get him the football. The last 4 weeks, he's been a different player. He's explosive, has speed, playmaking ability. We saw him throw it to him and then get him a handoff right there. Watch out for Darius Sims getting involved in this football game.
Rolling out, Shermer throws on the run. Wide open receiver, Jared Pinkney. Vandy's leading pass-catching tight end. He redshirted last year with an injury, and he's given him big things this year as a redshirt freshman.
And another guy, they want to get more and more involved in this passing game. He's a tight end, but really he's a 250-pound wide receiver. Runs great routes, catches the ball well, can still continue to get better at blocking, but great size at 6'4", 250. And a nice throw right there by Kyle Shermer, finding his tight end.
20-yard pickup. You don't see a lot of explosive plays from this offense. It's challenged. That one moves the chains well into Tennessee State territory. There's Sims again. That time tripped up for a gain of 1. Ebo Ogundeko, who's got a brace on that left elbow. We didn't know if he was going to play tonight for Tennessee State, but the defensive end is not only playing, but he made that tackle there.
Hey, he's their best defensive lineman. You know, coming in, leads the team in tackles for loss, sacks, can play the run and the pass. An explosive player up front for the Tennessee State defense.
Second down and 9 for Vandy. Down a touchdown. That's Webb. Well done by Tennessee State. Little or no gain. So now third down and fairly long. There's Chris Collins again, the middle linebacker, number 32, getting up off the pile. He'll be credited with the tackle.
This is a problem down right here. Third and long situations for this Vanderbilt offense so far this season. Kyle Shermer going to have to go to the air, try to convert here on third down.
First Vanderbilt third down situation. They're 33% on the year. That's near the bottom of the SEC, near the bottom of the country. Shermer can't convert. Incomplete. But there is a penalty flag down. Scott may have been interfered with. It certainly appears that's going to be the call. Caleb Scott, the intended man, right at the yard line to gain.
Pass interference, defense number 32. Ball is placed at the spot of the foul, automatic first down.
It's going to be against Chris Collins, the middle linebacker. Fourth penalty already against Tennessee State.
Got there just a tad bit too early. Looks like the receiver slipped. I think that should have been, looks like on 14.
Yeah, Antonio
Justice. Got a hold of the wide receiver slip. Justice grabs him right there as the ball's in the air. Draws the penalty.
So now first down at 10 as Vanderbilt's given a gift. Here's Webb looking for room on the left side. He finds it. He's got the first down. Hurdles a man and gets inside the 10. A penalty flag on the play. Larry Wilhoit will get the stop. Let's see what the marker's about.
Holding, offense, number 39. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains first down.
That's the true freshman fullback Bailey McElwain having a good season, but that's going to wipe out a nice play.
Yeah, they try to run the counter right there. He gets to the edge, but McElwain grabs a piece of the jersey, draws a holding call to negate the big run by Webb.
Vanderbilt has been so good at limiting penalties this year. Average around 5 a game. That's the second fewest in the SEC.
Freeze it right there, guys. See right there. Grabs the back of the jersey, throws his hands up, draws the flag. Say, it wasn't me.
Tried to get those hands up. And he was still flagged. Here's Shermer now. Plenty of time in the pocket. Throws, batted down. Kalijah Lipscomb, the true freshman receiver, well covered by Terrell Bonds, the junior out of Miami.
Boy, Terrell Bonds was an excellent break on the football. Breaking up that pass. A little comeback route by Lipscomb.
This is a difficult team to pass against. They've got 12 interceptions on the year. That's the second most in the FCS this season.
Yeah, but there's some playmakers. Created 17 turnovers, 12 of those in interceptions, and a lot of pass breakups. They've been outstanding on the back end of this defense to this point this year.
They're missing their starting free safety, L'Aquarius Cook, for targeting in the second half of the EKU game. We'll be back in the second half of this one. Shermer under pressure, being chased, threw it short, and it's incomplete. Kari Blasingame was the intended receiver out of the backfield. Rock M. Nesbitt, the defensive tackle, nearly got to Shermer, and he rushed him there.
He tried to set up the screen. Shermer could not deliver the football to Blasingame. It's up third and really long for the Vanderbilt offense.
You know, this is a Vandy offense. We talked about it before. Very challenged. They're not built to be playing catch-up all game. Trying to convert a 3rd and 20 here on the 8th play of the series. Need about 9 or 10 yards to get into field goal range. Shermer, he's going to heave one toward the end zone. And trying to catch up to it was Lipscomb, but he was about 6 yards shy. So they'll march out Tommy Openshaw. No, they're going to punt. Sam Lloyd, the true freshman punter, is going to kick it away. First punt of the night for Sam Lloyd, a rugby-style kicker. He has struggled handling snaps this year. Gets that one cleanly. And he'll dump it inside the 10. Well done by Loy. And Tennessee State gets the football back, leading by 7 after that 30-yard kick. What have you seen from Ronald Butler here early on?
Well, he's been outstanding. Coming in, we knew about the athleticism. The question was, can he throw it? Play action pass. You see him on the go route right there. Drops a dime in to his favorite target, Patrick Smith. 93 yards to the house. Big third down run right here. Vanderbilt gets out of the rush lanes, and you see him in the open field, utilizing the speed and athleticism. Let's go ahead and get him outside the pocket. Once again to Patrick Smith. Great start for the senior quarterback, Ronald Butler.
Just one incomplete pass so far tonight. A couple of touchdown throws, both to Patrick Smith.
Big series for this Vanderbilt defense. Yeah. Tennessee State's really manhandled them so far in the first quarter.
Nice play fake. Butler throws another strike to Smith. He stepped out of bounds. That's the only thing that stopped him. Boy, he's been terrific here in the first half.
Play action pass, takes a deep drop from the far hash all the way on a comeback outside the numbers. Pass on point right there once again to Patrick Smith.
He's got a team high 35 catches now, already over 120 yards tonight. That was a 16-yard pickup. Half minute to go here in the opening quarter. It's been an impressive one for the visitors from 3 miles down the road. That's going to be a penalty on Smith.
False start. Offense. Number 17. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
This season, stream every game live on the ESPN app and on Watch ESPN. Download the app or visit watchespn.com today. A lot of people were watching Louisville earlier today. Went to 6-1 with that blowout win of North Carolina State. Lamar Jackson, your favorite for the Heisman. 4 total touchdowns again today.
He was fantastic in the first half. Interesting to watch right here. Torrin McGaster, number 5, the starting cornerback for Vanderbilt. They've been picking on him. They just went to Jawan Williams, the true freshman, coming in at cornerback.
That does it for quarter number 1. It's been a good one so far for the Tigers, leading by a touchdown. Back in Music City in a moment. Clay Matvick, Dusty Dvorak back in Nashville. You're watching the SEC on ESPN. Impressive first 15 minutes for Tennessee State, the FCS opponents of Vanderbilt tonight. 64 degrees, a beautiful homecoming night for the Commodores, but they're down a touchdown. And Ronald Butler and the Tigers have the football. 1st and 15 after the penalty. They've taken 5 penalties already tonight. One of the few things going against the Tigers. Another penalty flag here on the first play of the second quarter.
He can make it number 6, Clay, with a false start.
Rod Reed was worried about this.
Yeah. False start. Offense. Number 66. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down. Please reset the game clock to 15 minutes, please. 15 minutes on the game clock. Thank you.
Said they got to play clean tonight to have any chance at an upset. Well, they haven't turned it over yet, but 6 total penalties. That one on Jessamine Dunker, who started his career at Florida in the SEC.
Aside from the penalties, I don't think Tennessee State could have asked for a better start to this football game.
185 yards total offense. Most of it through the air. 149 through the air in the first quarter. They'll run it here. Eric Evans breaking into the secondary. Well, he's been impressive too. He's got more on his plate tonight. Freshman running back Earl Harrison is out with a broken hand.
See Eric Evans on the zone read right there. Shakes down a couple of Vanderbilt tacklers. A huge pickup right there on 1st and 20.
That's a gain of 18, so 2nd down and 2 for Tennessee State.
Eric Evans running hard, threw a couple arm tackles.
Tennessee State averaging over 13 yards per play here tonight. Butler going to get hit, got rid of it, throws it out of bounds. He paid the price. Penalty flags down. Dari Odeyegbo really blasted Butler.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 31. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic 1st down.
Face mask penalty against Herndon. 2nd on Vanderbilt.
Tough penalty right there. They had them backed up 1st and 20. They gave up the big run and then 15 more yards there with a face mask by Trey Herndon. You see him right there trying to jam the wide receiver at the line of scrimmage, and then a big hit by Odeyegbo on Ronald Butler. Ronald Butler back up, looks fine, and Tennessee State back in action.
You got to keep him healthy. Trying to make the FCS playoffs, one of the 24 teams. Tipped up into the air. Vanderbilt had plenty of gold helmets around that football, but couldn't come up with the deflection. Zach Cunningham was in the neighborhood. And another marker.
I think this one's against Tennessee State.
Illegal man downfield, number 64 of the offense. That penalty is declined. 2nd down.
That's on center Thomas Burton, but they won't take the penalty.
Missed golden opportunity right there. Ball's up in the air, 3 Vandy defenders around it. Vanderbilt's got to find a way to come down with that football. You see Stephen Newbold, he gets open, ball hits him right in the hands. 3 Vandy defenders right there in the area. Nobody can come down with the football.
Derek Mason said, you know, one of the keys to our season this year has been splash plays and special teams on defense. Last week it was on special teams, the Darius Sims kickoff return. That could have been a splash play here for Vandy, but it goes by the boards. Butler sitting clean in the pocket, throws it downfield. That's good defense. Knocked away at the last moment by Ladarius Wiley. So 3rd down and long.
Well, it looked like Newbold had him beat in coverage, man-to-man coverage of Trey Herndon. Well, Darius Wiley, the safety over the top, comes in, gets the left hand on it, has a nice pass breakup.
Wiley, a sophomore out of Los Angeles.
Vanderbilt has struggled so far to get to Ronald Butler, the Tennessee State quarterback. Need to create some pressure right here on 3rd and 10, while at the same time squeeze those rush lanes, and they'll give the quarterback anywhere to run.
They bring 4. Butler again clean, throws. That one was tipped right through the hands of Chris Sanders McCollum. Wiley nearly had the pick.
Had to feel like if you're Tennessee State, missed opportunities on this drive right here. Ball goes right through Sanders McCollum's hands. 2 drops on that drive. Ronald Butler delivers both passes, or receivers should catch it. But it ends in a Tennessee State punt.
Austin Rowley coming out to punt for the first time tonight, as Kalijah Lipscomb, the true freshman from New Orleans, is back to return, standing at the 15 of Vandy. Good punt. Fair catch called for at the 8-yard line. That's where Vanderbilt will have it. Down 7 with 13:46 to go before half.
Dave & Buster's is all about football. 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 Football deals and sports games. Get $5 appetizers and beer specials on game days every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday. And play 3 sports games free every day. Like
Time for tonight's AT&T Inside Access. We go on board the Tennessee State bus. At 3:30 this afternoon, they loaded up for the long commute to Vanderbilt. And at 3:35, they arrived. Less than 3 miles. Most of the drive on 28th Avenue right here in Nashville. Very close, but again, only the second meeting between these two programs. It was fun to talk to Rod Reed and Derek Mason this week about this matchup. Those guys are good buddies. They've known each other for a long time. A lot of respect between the two head coaches. Rod Reed said he was even cheering for Vanderbilt last week. I'm happy to see Derek get that monumental win. Vanderbilt starting deep in their own territory. This is Blasingame ripping a big hole through the Tennessee State defense out to the 25-yard line. Run of 17.
The split zone right there for Blasingame. Big hole off the left side. See that offensive line? Barrett Gallagher, the center. Bruno Reagan opened up a big hole. Blasingame. A little bit of different style of runner than Ralph Webb. He's downhill right now. Bigger, more powerful. Been effective here so far tonight.
Shermer has only thrown 6 passes so far, 3 of 6. They've leaned on the run heavily here so far. They will again on this play. Blasingame left side. Nice spin. Boy, this guy is nimble. You can see why they moved him to running back. He has a natural knack for the position.
Natural runner, former linebacker, moved over at the spring. But once you take a look at Bailey McElwain, the fullback right here, he leads the way for all these running backs. You see the lead. Nice job right there on the linebacker. Open up the hole for another nice run by Kari Blasingame.
Blasingame is a sophomore out of Newmarket, Alabama. McElwain, the freshman, the last guy added to the roster in August. A big surprise. And
they love this guy.
Yeah, they really do. Can't say enough about him. Out of the gun, Shermer wants to throw here. He's complete to the 40-yard line. That one was hauled in by C.J. Duncan, who ruptured his Achilles last year, missed the season. They need to get a big second half from him if they're going to get to bowl eligibility. There are a lot of guys they can say that about.
Ball coming out quick right there for Kyle Shermer. Easy throw for him on first down.
Second and 6, another run for Blasingame. First down and more. Tripped up, but gets into Tennessee State territory. It's a gain of 13 for Kari.
Well, it's one of the oldest plays in football. It's the power. And you see right here the big hole opened up for Blasingame. And everybody hat on a hat. He makes that one-man miss. He's got a receiver out in front. Vanderbilt, this running game really coming alive here on this drive.
Already over 100 yards on the ground. Blasingame again will get just 1 more yard here. So 148 total yards of offense for Vanderbilt. Last week they mustered only 171 at Georgia, the fewest yards in a win for any FBS team this season. They only had 9 first downs. Georgia outgained them by 250 yards. Not pretty, but Derek Mason thinks it could be the turning point for his team this season.
Well, it's a confidence builder. It gives credibility to what he's been selling, what he's been preaching, that they can go on the road, that they can win football games. So absolutely, that's a game that they're going to look at as a turning point in the season and build off of it. But they're in a dogfight right here tonight.
They fake the Jets sweep to Sims, get it to Blasingame again. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 coming up as Antonio Justice makes the tackle. You see last week at Georgia, first win in Athens since 06, snapped a 9-game conference road losing streak. And the first on the road in the Mason era.
Yeah, and tonight, if they can win this game, it'll be the first back-to-back win of the Derek Mason era. So, as we said, just adds credibility to what he's saying. And
Blasingame locked down in the backfield by the Tennessee State Tigers. A loss of 2. Justice was there. Also, Sidney Hammond, the transfer from Western Kentucky.
The Tennessee State right here loading up in the box. You see 7, 8 guys right there at the line of scrimmage. Safety coming downhill. Try to run the power again. Tennessee State up for the challenge. Big stop.
First tackle for loss for Tennessee State tonight. 4th and 4, they're going to go for it.
Empty set. No running backs in the backfield.
They converted once on 4th down all year. Shermer over the middle. It's a strike, first down, Duncan. To the 27-yard line. Gain of 15, and the Doors will keep the drive alive.
But Derek Mason trusts his quarterback right here on a big 4th and 5. You see right there, Duncan. Little in-cutting route. It's a nice job against the defender coming open, and Kyle Shermer. He's been sharp here tonight, on time and on target with his wide receivers.
He hasn't thrown a lot, but I think that offensive coordinator Andy Ludwig probably liking what he sees from his sophomore quarterback. Comes the 9th play. As Shermer sets, throws. Now that missed badly. We saw a few of those last week in Athens. And, you know, again, you're taking the bad with the good right now if you're Andy Ludwig when it comes to Kyle Shermer.
And he's got to start completing those passes, right? I mean, Jared Pinckney, he's not wide open, but he's open enough that a good quality throw, he completes that pass, and you get a nice pickup on first down.
You know, you've seen flashes from this kid where he looks like a very capable SEC
especially
passer.
in practice.
Yeah.
We watched him yesterday, and I was like, wow. Making every throw on the field, and you pop in the tape at times, it's not as good. Footwork needs to continue to get better for Kyle Shermer.
2nd and 10, it's Webb. Good run. Make it 3rd and manageable. Getting back to Shermer. You know, he's just a sophomore, but he has started enough games now where they're looking for that breakthrough game, and they just haven't had it from him yet. They think it's going to happen soon, maybe even tonight. And waiting. 3rd down and 4 here.
Got to get his footwork better, right? And especially when bodies are around him. Doesn't quite have the full trust of his offensive line. Bodies get around him. Gets a little nervous, doesn't step into throws. Wanted to transfer that weight to the front foot. Definitely didn't do that on the last missed throw to Pinckney.
Rolling out, it's Shermer. Dumps it off short. The tight end has it. First down. Rumbling. Touchdown. Jared Pinckney. Now that was well done by the quarterback. 21-yard touchdown reception by the redshirt freshman Jared Pinckney. Nice drive for the Commodores.
Well, it's like we talked about earlier. It's a play-action bootleg, and he finds Jared Pinckney. We knew they wanted to get the tight ends, especially Pinckney, involved more. Again, outside the pocket where Shermer's more comfortable. Nice throw. Allows his tight end to run after the catch.
Open shot with the extra point to tie the game. As Vanderbilt responds with an 11-play, 92-yard scoring drive. Shermer to Pinckney, 14 apiece.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% will go pro. That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
Bill assumed it was a costume party. Bill assumed his mayo was the best choice. Assumed nothing. Unlike Hellman's, Kraft Real Mayo spreads on smoother and still has no artificial flavors. No wonder the holidays taste so good.
You never believed in fairy tales, knights in shining armor or happily ever after. But you believed when the right one came along, you'd be ready. Time to shine. Orbit.
Can a toothpaste do everything well?
This clean was like, pow.
It added this other level of clean to it.
6 times cleaning.
My teeth are glowing. They are so white.
6 times whitening.
I actually really like the 2 steps.
Step 1 cleans, step 2 whitens.
Every time I used this together, it felt like leaving the dentist office.
Crest HD, 6 times cleaning, 6 times whitening.
I would switch to Crest HD over what I was using before.
Crest, healthy, beautiful smiles for life.
Hey guys. Hey. Oh, is this the new boyfriend? Yes. We haven't met yet. You're the sweetest. Yes. Do you want to hold him?
Hold my baby, man.
So easy to dip, so hard to put down. Rolled chicken tacos. Tasty shredded chicken all rolled up with your choice of dips. Back at Taco Bell.
Well, Tennessee State was coming with a blitz. The 2 linebackers come inside. Watch the tight end Pinckney come across in motion. On the play action pass, Shermer gets outside the pocket. No one there to defend the tight end. Open grass and an end zone for Jared Pinckney. And we're tied here in Nashville.
Vandy needed that. As Tennessee State has been all they can handle tonight. Vanderbilt back at home after 4 of the last 5 games have been on the road. This is homecoming night for Vanderbilt. But Tennessee State on that opening series made that statement right away. We're here to play. And Vanderbilt, every time they touch the ball, they're going to have to do something with it. You get the feeling this is going to go back and forth all night. There's the open shot, a kickoff for the 3rd time. And not good. He sends that out of bounds. And that's been an issue for Openshaw this year. We might see Riley Gay on the next kickoff for Vanderbilt. He's a kickoff specialist, just a freshman, but because of things like that, Gay might get promoted here.
Yeah, now Tennessee State's got great field position to start this drive.
Their best field position to start a drive tonight.
Free kick out of bounds by the kicking team. Chosen to put the ball at the 35-yard line. It's 1st down, Tennessee State.
Tennessee State, a missed field goal away from being 6-0 this year. Their only loss, a 1-point setback to Eastern Illinois 2 weeks ago. And Rod Reed's team has scored 30 or more in every game this year. They're averaging 36 points per game. His offense has looked sharp tonight.
They've looked outstanding. Ronald Butler has been on point, very accurate with the intermediate throws, the deep ball, and obviously his athleticism. He has been tough for this Vanderbilt defense to deal with here early on.
1st and 10 for Butler and company. Flips it out. Chris Rowland. And he's met by a host of Vanderbilt tacklers after a 3-yard pickup. Week 7 Monday Night Football. Brock Osweiler back in Denver to lead the Texans against Von Miller and the Broncos in the Mile High City. 8:15 Eastern. ESPN. Coverage begins with Monday Night Countdown, served by Applebee's at 6. Osweiler against that Denver defense, Dusty, should be interesting. Broncos, the best pass defense in the NFL.
Playing against his old football team. Yep. Big win the other night by Osweiler. And the Texans coming from behind against the Colts. Down 14 with 4 to play. No problem to come back and get the win.
Colts in Nashville this weekend. Oh, there's Evans with a big hole. Already into the field goal range of Lane Clark for Tennessee State. A 29-yard run into Vandy territory.
A big hole right there off the left side. See the guard right here, cave down, making a big hole for Evans as he gets to the 2nd and 3rd level.
Now, I'm not rooting against Tennessee State to have drives stall out, but I do want to see that leg of Lane Clark at some point tonight.
Longest kick in college football this year.
39. Wow. Evans. Ball came out, but it's not going to hurt Tennessee State. Ladarius Wiley going to be credited with the stop, but Eric Evans, another gashing run against that Vandy defense. Give him 24.
Another big run right there for Eric Evans. Takes a big. Okay, that ball gets knocked out by Ladarius Wiley. Whew. This looked like another missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Trey Herndon, he gets on the ground. I think he recovers that fumble, Clay. He reached down and tried to pick it up with one hand.
Now, Vandy's had a couple of opportunities to force a turnover defensively. They haven't so far tonight. Look at this. The rush defense has already given up 98. Butler on the drag route, complete. That's Rodney Morris, the tight end, and he is hit hard. It's going to be just a gain of 3. Jakari Thomas, the inside linebacker, throwing his weight around.
Shallow crosser right there. Chris Rowland, the wide receiver. Nice open field tackle right there by Jakari Thomas. Getting him down for a minimal gain.
2nd down and 7 coming up. Tennessee State have huddled the lion's share of the night. They've taken the play clock down to single digits before almost every play, too.
I want to bleed this play clock.
We get a whistle and a timeout called by Vanderbilt. We're going to take it with them. First timeout called by Derek Mason with 5:24 to go here before half. 14 apiece.
Hey, Evan. So, you're stuck at a work thing. With DirecTV and AT&T, you can stream all your
Brendan Fitzgerald back in studio. Coming up at halftime, Charles Arbuckle joins me to break down the impressive Tennessee State offense. Alabama rolls again, but at a cost. There's a major injury for the Tide. We'll fill you in on that. And already an SEC upset featuring a Tennessee school. Highlights at halftime. Clay, see you then.
Yeah, look out for the FCS. All right, thanks, Brendan. We'll see you in a little bit. Lane Clark, the aforementioned spectacular junior kicker for Tennessee State. 3 makes over 50 yards this season, including a 57-yarder. The training staff just moments ago looking at that kicking leg of Clark. We wonder if he's even going to be able to go if he's called upon. Here's Butler to throw for Tennessee State inside the 5, well covered. Juwan Williams, who you mentioned earlier coming into this game for Torrin McGaster, knocked that down. As you continue to look at Lane Clark, the field goal kicker, he's going to try and make a go of it, but he was limping around that sideline just a minute ago.
The Juwan Williams, the true freshman's come in early. Torrin McGaster, the starting cornerback. They were taking advantage of him with Patrick Smith and company, was struggling in coverage. And Juwan Williams given an opportunity. Very nice pass breakup right there on the back shoulder throw to Stephen Newbold.
Mitchell Boudreaux, the redshirt freshman backup kicker, getting loose over there. 3rd down and 7. First sack of the night for Vanderbilt, and it's Oren Burks, who moved from safety to linebacker this season, and he's been very, very good. The senior brought him down. Here's the kicker, Lane Clark, moments ago, having trouble with that right knee, it appears. But he is going to come out for a 37-yard attempt. He's been a little inconsistent this year. He's missed 6 of 14 attempts. But he gets this one. And Tennessee State goes back in front 17-14 with under 5 minutes to go before the half.
ESPNU College Football is brought to you by Philadelphia Cream Cheese. Nothing else tastes like Philadelphia.
Tonight's Backstage Pass, a look into the Vanderbilt tradition of anchoring down. Started in 2004 under then head coach Bobby Johnson. He used the anchor as a symbol of strength, support, and unity. And then James Franklin, when he was here, built on that tradition. And each week, 2 different players helped carry that in during the Star Walk here at Vanderbilt. This week it was C.J. Duncan and Bailey McElwain. Kind of a neat thing. And they are definitely staying away from Darius Sims on kickoffs. There's McElwain. Just a freshman, but already getting to carry in the anchor. That tells you how much they think of that guy.
Fullback prototype. They love his work ethic. Committed all the way, not until July. Late commit. Man, have they been blown away with what this true freshman's brought to the table since he arrived on campus.
So Vanderbilt down again. Just a field goal, but coming up against it here in the first half with Tennessee State. Josh Crawford into the ball game at running back for the first time tonight for Vanderbilt, and he gets his first touch. Met by Chris Collins. It's going to be a gain of about 4 yards. The helmet comes off, and Tennessee State D lineman is going to have to leave the game. That's Justin Culpepper. Just one play after that helmet comes off. Second down and 6.
First time we've seen zone read. The shotgun zone read right there with Kyle Sherman. The running back Josh Crawford.
Timeout, Vanderbilt. Now each team with one timeout remaining here in the first half. Kyle Shermer, that name should sound familiar to football fans. His dad, Pat, a former Browns head coach, current Vikings assistant. He's the tight ends coach in Minnesota. And his grandfather, Fritz, he coached in the league for over 20 years. Packers defensive coordinator in the 90s. You know, because of the family ties, he's well respected. He's a natural leader. He's been around football his entire life.
I like what they've done here. Boot action, a lot of play fakes, easy throws to get his confidence going. You see right here, there's a big throw right there on 4th down. Trusting him, and here the touchdown pass. Play action, boot fake, and he finds his tight end out in the open field for a touchdown. We thought play action pass, bootleg to get Kyle Shermer outside the pocket will be a big part what the Commodores did tonight, and they've stuck to their guns, and so far tonight, good start for the game manager, Kyle Shermer.
Roll him out again. That's a catch for Duncan, close to the first down. Boy, they've done that a lot with him, getting him out of the pocket like that.
Well, as much as they run the football, that's when the play action pass can really go to work. And as we've talked with yesterday with the offensive coordinator Andy Ludwig, they feel like he's more accurate. He's more comfortable outside the pocket. So setting up some nice easy throws, and Kyle Shermer likes the way Ludwig's calling this game so far.
There's Andy Ludwig, second-year offensive coordinator, longtime college football coordinator. Most recently spent a couple of years in Madison, Wisconsin. First down and 10 for the Doors. 3.5 to go here in the first half. Shermer hit, and he is punished. Blair Edwards hung him up, and then Latrell Lee finished him off. First sack for the Tigers tonight. But a marker down. Is this another one against Tennessee State?
It's like offsides.
Holding defense number 32. Wow. That's a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Results in a first down.
That's a hold against Chris Collins, the 7th penalty against Tennessee State. They can't get out of their own way.
No, they can't. Big sack right there on first down. They brought the blitz, and it got home. And Chris Collins, the linebacker right there in coverage. On the play action, he grabs the running back right there. Gets called for the hold.
There's Blazen game again. First down, Vanderbilt, and a whole lot more. Brought down finally at the 36-yard line. The sophomore having a terrific game now. 8 carries, 70 yards, 22 on that sprint.
Another big run by Blazen game. We're going to see right here a nice pull. Opposite side right there, 57. Ian Pfeiffer getting out in front, and Blazen game really a spark for this Vanderbilt offense here in the first half.
It's a run-heavy offense, not unlike the offense that was run at Stanford when Derek Mason was an assistant there. As the jet sweep, Darius Sims running this play for the first time. He's got a first down. He's got a lot more inside the red zone for Vanderbilt. They're going to spot him out near the 3.
Well, he's got some speed, doesn't he? See him right there on the jet sweep. They wanted to get him the football out in space, utilize his athleticism. Nice blocking on the outside, follows his blocks. Then he hits the jets. A big gain inside the 5-yard line.
The 5th play of 20-plus yards tonight for Vanderbilt. First down, goal to go. Commodores looking to reclaim the lead. Blasingame in the backfield. And Shermer goes under center. It will be Blasingame. Walks in. Touchdown. And for the first time on this homecoming night, the Commodores have the lead.
Yes, they do. Slow start for them, but they fight back, take their first lead of this opening half here at home.
Tommy Openshaw on for another extra point try. 5 plays, 78 yards. Second touchdown for Blasingame.
Well, it's coming right off the left side. We're going to get a down block here, a down block here. Ian Pfeiffer, Will Holden. They get the blocks that they need, open up a big gaping hole for Blasingame, who has exploded onto the scene here in the first half. Big push right there off the left side of that offensive line by the Vanderbilt Commodores.
How about Will Holden? Pretty good blocker, also pretty good actor, William Holden. No.
I don't know William Holden. I don't know William Holden, the actor, but I know Will Holden, the offensive tackle. One of the most veteran offensive linemen they have. It's his 30th start of the season. This guy is reliable, moves people off the football. One of the key cogs up front for the Commodores.
There he is. Will Holden, number 74, third-year starter. He was an Eagle Scout growing up and wants to be an FBI agent. I'm a little disappointed he doesn't want to be a Hollywood actor,
right?
To be honest, but FBI agent's pretty good too.
Were you an Eagle Scout?
No, but my son is working on it.
Very nice.
He's just a Cub Scout right now. Long way to go. 1:46 to go before the half. Vandy now finally playing from in front against their FCS opponent, Tennessee State. Is that out of bounds again? Yes, it is. And Tommy Openshaw is openly upset with himself. I don't know that Derek Mason's going to let him kick again on kickoffs.
They're trying to angle it over there. And
it's by the kicking team. Ball's placed at the 35-yard line, first down.
Trying to angle the kick over there to the sidelines to make it tough for the returner. But, man, 2 times in a row now, it's come back to bite him.
So again, good field position for Tennessee State, and they've got a lot of time on the clock. Just 1 timeout remaining for Tennessee State, 1 for Vanderbilt for that matter. Ronald Butler, 8 for 13, 155 passing, a couple of touchdown throws. He's also run it a couple of times for big plays. Nice play fake. Throws it out quickly to Stephen Newbold, who stays on his feet for a first down. Throws his shoulder, gets another yard or 2. The true freshman moves the chains, a gain of 17.
Well, right there, the true freshman, Stephen Newbold, climbs a ladder, goes up and catches that with his hands. Nice job right there going up. And Torm McGaster back in the game. Off coverage, and he misses the tackle. They continue to work to his side, Clay. We've seen that from the onset of this football game. They're going after number 5, the quarterback, Torm McGaster.
That's why that kick out of bounds really hurts. 1 play and they're in plus territory. Now Evans A gain of about 3. Second down coming up. Week 7 in the NFL starts on ESPN, 10 a.m. Eastern. NFL Insider Sunday edition with Trey and the gang. Then at 11, Sunday NFL Countdown. Wendy Nix, Chris Berman, and everybody else. Those shows also streaming live. Second down from the 45-yard line. Butler. They need 7 for a first down. They get it and more. Evans out of the backfield. Gets it inside the 30, out at the 28.
Well, this is exactly what they wanted right here with Eric Evans. They're going to get him matched up on a linebacker. And an easy throw for Ronald Butler. Matched up on a linebacker, and Eric Evans smartly gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
They're already within Lane Clark field goal range. Again, we're not exactly sure how well he's feeling. He did hit his last attempt from 37. Still a lot of time on the clock. 1:07 to go before the half. From the gun, Butler in trouble. Trying to get back to the line of scrimmage and couldn't. Dropped for a loss. There's Nephi Laylau. Second sack for Vanderbilt. And I know your former teammate, D-line coach C.J. Ayu, loves what he sees there.
Yes, he does. First-year defensive line coach C.J. Ayu. Lay low right there. Nice job condensing the pocket. Nowhere for Butler to go.
Intercepted. Butler threw it right to McGaster. How about that? McGaster not having a great first half, but then gets a pick here with 35 seconds before the break.
You want to know how you get back in the good graces of your coaches and your football team after a slow start? Take the ball away. Toward McGaster. Coming up with a nice interception right there. Miscommunication by the quarterback and the wide receiver. Quarterback thought it was going to be an out route. So we'll take a look on the outside. Stop it right there, guys. See, as we see right here, he thinks he's going to stop, and he keeps going, but the ball's thrown. And Tor McGaster right there to take advantage of the miscommunication between the quarterback and the wide receiver.
4th interception thrown by Butler this year. First turnover of the game. Vanderbilt likely saved itself 3 points, maybe more. C.J. Duncan on the catch. 30 seconds to go. Vandy has a timeout to use. They're out to their own 24-yard line now. Second and 1. Over the middle, caught. That's Lipscomb down to the 39. Clock stops to move the chains. 11 seconds to go.
Number 16, Elijah Lipscomb. First down, Commodores.
And they're going to spike it with 8 seconds to play. Well, it hasn't been a good first half for Openshaw, the field goal kicker for Vanderbilt, but that's been on kickoffs. He's been a pretty reliable field goal kicker this year in the SEC. 8 for 10 on the year with a long of 48. They've got a ways to go to get in his range, and they don't have any timeouts left, and they only have 8 seconds to work with.
Yeah, they got to pick up a big chunk right here. They have 1 timeout to work with, and you think that they're going to need about 30 yards to give themselves an opportunity for a field goal. So a big chunk play needed right here from this Commodore offense. Try to get points on the board.
Openshaw, incomplete. A couple of receivers there. Penalty flag. Somebody got interfered with, probably Sherfield. Terrell Bonds, I think, held Sherfield. 2 seconds to play here in the half.
Pass interference defense, number 5. It's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Terrell Bonds working out there on your outside. Hugs the wide receiver. Doesn't allow him to come back for the football.
Now there's just time for 1 play now with 2 seconds to go. And Vandy is going to use that last timeout. Had a chance to throw one toward the end zone. Well, we got a second here. Let's look at our championship drive update brought to us by Dr. Pepper. In the Big Ten, number 3 Michigan.
Returns for touchdowns and an interception return for a touchdown. He is done for the season with a fracture in his leg. Big loss for the number 1 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide. As again, Clay, they just continue to beat up on the quality SEC West opponents they face week in, week out.
20 straight wins now for the Tide. All right, 2 seconds to go. Last play of the half. Shermer dancing around in the backfield. He'll hoist it toward the end zone. 3 receivers down there. Knocked down in the secondary by the Tennessee State defense. That brings us to the half. It was a well-played one by the FCS team in this ball game at the break. 21-17. Now Brendan and Buck in the studio for the college football halftime report.
The Tigers certainly are in it, Clay. Thanks very much, and we'll see you for the second half. It is 21.
Welcome back to the SEC on ESPN. There's the Nashville skyline, which seems to change every time we come here. There's the iconic Bat Building. Here's our game track presented by Taco Bell. All right, good and bad for Vanderbilt. The offense, the good, 286 yards, 21 points for an offense that has struggled throughout the year. But the defense, which they've been hanging their hat on, gave up 284 to Tennessee State in the first half and 17 points. He's Dusty Dvorak. I'm Clay Matvick back here in Music City. And Vanderbilt trying to build off that big win last week in Athens, but they're lucky to have the lead here at the half.
They are. Ronald Butler in this Tennessee State offense really struck early with big explosive plays. He's been on target as a quarterback, and they found some running holes as well. Able to get a turnover and start to see the defense coming around in the second half. In the first half, the Vanderbilt offense was a story for the home team here in Nashville.
Well, Tennessee State got the scoring started. Second play from scrimmage. Butler, 93 yards to Patrick Smith.
Utilizing play action pass, and then they get him outside the pocket right there. Patrick Smith, once again, was his favorite target there in the first half.
But the Vanderbilt running game, which has been the strength of the offense all year, started to come around.
Boy, they really started churning out. Over 175 yards rushing in the first half. It was Webb early. It was Blasingame there in the second quarter. Big time half for this Vanderbilt rushing attack. The Vanderbilt offensive line starting to impose their will on Tennessee State. Very effective on the ground there in the first half.
Ralph Webb is the leading rusher for Vanderbilt on the year. In fact, coming into the night, averaging 104 yards per game. But Blasingame did most of the heavy lifting in that first half. Webb just a couple of games ago sprained an ankle against Kentucky. Still not 100%. I don't know if that's the entire reason that Blasingame has been given more of the carries, but they certainly like Kari Blasingame.
Well, he gave him a boost against Florida, against Georgia a week ago, and huge impact here tonight in the first half.
Vandy receives their second half kick, and it'll be Darius Sims finally getting a return, coming from the end zone. Look out. Gets across the 25 and spun down at about the 26-yard line. How would you grade out Kyle Shermer in that first half?
I thought he looked good. You know, I'd say he's a solid B right there. He missed some of the deeper throws, but I like the game plan from Andy Ludwig. Play actions, boots, getting him outside the pocket, easy throws, finding tight ends, running backs, and even saw him getting empty a couple of times and find some wide receivers. So, you know, they don't expect a whole lot from Shermer. He took care of the football, no interceptions, and very solid first half for the sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, I said before, they're not asking him to win the game, just not lose it, and distribute the football. Distributed a lot to the running backs in the first half, and he will again on the first play of the second half to Ralph Webb, and it's a big run for Webb. He could go. Finally caught up with and pulled down at the 24-yard line. The junior from Gainesville, Florida, snubbed by the Gators. Having a nice career at Vandy. He gets 50 on that run.
Yeah, and right here it's Ian Pfeffer. We're going to see him pull, and he's going to go right here, and he's going to get locked up on the linebacker, making a huge hole right there for Ralph Webb. And then Ralph Webb makes the safety miss, and he's off to the races only to get brought down. Big play to start the second half for the Vanderbilt running back.
Ralph Webb was a track star at Gainesville High School. You see that speed, great burst. And now here's Donovan Tennyson. His first touch of the ball game, the wide receiver carrying the football to the Tennessee State 11, a gain of 12. There's another true freshman they like.
Fake the handoff right there to Ralph Webb. And hand it to Tennyson. The wide receiver end around. Nice blocking out in front. Another nice gain for the Vanderbilt offense.
240 on the ground for Vandy. Getting close to twice their season average. Maybe there was a chewing out at halftime because Vanderbilt has come out inspired here in the early minutes of the third quarter. Blasingame back in there. He'll get it. Kari Blasingame, he's already got a couple touchdowns. Stopped inside the 5. Antonio Justice on the tackle.
Well, they love to pull the guards, don't they? Bruno Reagan out in front. 83, the tight end. Nathan Marcus out in front. Hat on a hat, and Blasingame runs through the big hole for another nice, solid pickup off the power run game.
Now you see Laquarius Cook, the free safety, was out during the first half because of a targeting penalty in the last game. Tennessee State glad to have their starter back.
The spot for play action pass here.
Second down and 3. It is a run. Blasingame again just coasts into the end zone untouched. Third touchdown on the ground for Kari Blasingame, and Vanderbilt with an impressive opening drive here in the second half.
Well, no need for play action pass when you're just running it right down Tennessee State's throat, and that's what we saw that entire drive right there. Great blocking off the left side. Ian Pfeiffer, Will Holden, another nice block by Nathan Marcus coming across the formation, the tight end. Big hole off the left side for Kari Blasingame.
And now here's Tommy Openshaw. And for the first time tonight, a team has a 2-score lead. It's Vanderbilt leading now 28-17.
Well, here it is off the left side. We're going to block down. We're going to block down, and we're going to come around with the tight end. And then we're just going to let Kari Blasingame do the rest as he skates into the end zone for another Vanderbilt rushing touchdown. Third of the night for the Commodores.
A 1-yard touchdown run, a 3-yard touchdown run, and a 4-yard touchdown run for Blasingame. The run game for Vanderbilt. A lot of the damage has been done right up the middle, Dusty.
Yeah, it has. And to me, that's the strength of this offensive line. When you look at Ian Pfeiffer, when you look at Barry Gallagher and Bruno Reagan. You know, Pfeiffer came in. He's only started now. This is his 5th game to start. Stepped in early in the season. Really done a nice job at the left guard spot. That interior of that Vanderbilt offensive line really been a nucleus for this rushing attack.
Well, let's see what Tommy Openshaw does here. He has kicked 2 out of bounds, much to the chagrin of Derek Mason, but he keeps going to him. What do you want to bet he doesn't kick it out of bounds here?
I'm with you on that. If he does, I would not head back over to these sidelines.
Well,
he's going to get near full.
It's been a real trouble spot for Openshaw all year. We've seen him place kick very well, but the kicking off has been an issue. Right down the middle of the field, and it drifts a little bit at the end to Rowland from the end zone to the 20. And that's where Tennessee State will set up. Very impressive first half for Ronald Butler and the Tigers offense. And we'll see what kind of a response they give after that scoring drive by Vandy. 10 of 16, 180 yards, a couple of touchdowns. He did throw a pick.
Yep.
But that was a miscommunication play there at the end of the first half.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's on the quarterback or the receiver. They got to get that straight. But I'm looking for this Vanderbilt defense to come out and step up and play much better. Gave up almost 300 yards in the first half. Credit Tennessee State. But Vanderbilt can't be so susceptible to the play action pass and need to be more stout against the run game here in the second half.
First carry for Evans of the second half. A marker comes in. Might have been a face mask or a hold.
Not sure.
Holding offense, number 66. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains first down.
Already the 9th penalty tonight. Second penalty against Dunker.
Jessamine and Dunker, they're going to get on the hold right here on Adam Butler. How about that athleticism? 73, Jamil Jelks, the true freshman, catches the flag before it hits the ground. But a definite hole right there. It's a takedown by Dunker, taking down Adam Butler, the senior defensive lineman for the Vanderbilt Commodores.
First and 20. There's Patrick Smith, who had the 2 touchdown grabs in the first half. McGaster bumping him out of bounds after the pickup. And it's going to be second down and 12 after the 8-yard reception.
Not been shy about going to his side tonight, Clay. Connor McGaster early, often. He did get the pick there before the half.
You know, you generally don't see the senior cornerback getting picked on. And McGaster throughout his career has been a pretty solid veteran, but they've gone at him tonight.
Yeah, they have. And on the other side, we see Trey Herndon. Had a really nice night. Pass breakup.
I like Herndon.
Good breaks. A couple of good breaks on the football.
And here's Butler stepping up. There's pressure. He is sacked. Ronald Butler goes down. That is the 3rd Vanderbilt sack tonight. Laylau and Landon Stokes combined. Landon Stokes looks a little like his dad, Fred, who played in the NFL for about a decade.
That's exactly what they want to do. They want to squeeze the rush lanes. We'll take a look. Well, it comes here off the edge. It's right here in the middle. It's here. It's here. They want to get all these guys squeezing the pocket so there's nowhere to go for Ronald Butler. You see that? It closes in on him. Nice job by the entire defensive line right there for Vanderbilt, closing in the walls around Ronald Butler.
We haven't seen a lot of 3rd downs tonight. Here's a 3rd and 14 for Tennessee State. Butler dumps it off to Evans. He's got a blocker and got close, but a yard and a half short of the first down marker. Ryan White, the strong safety for Vanderbilt, makes the tackle.
Well, that's an excellent tackle by Ryan White. Vanderbilt brought the blitz. Tennessee State had the perfect play call. They had the running back screen. It was set up perfectly. Ryan White out there in space all by himself, a blocker in front. He sheds the block. He makes the tackle in front of the first down yardage. Excellent job right there by Ryan White, making a nice open field tackle, getting his defense off the field.
Lipscomb goes back to return for Vanderbilt. Austin Rowley, the sophomore punter out of San Diego, on for the 2nd time. First 3 and out tonight. And that was kicked out of bounds near the 40. Yeah. I get a little extracurricular activity down around the 20-yard line. The officials quick to break that up. 28-yard punt. Vandy gets it back, leading 28-17 with 10:03 to go in the 3rd.
The Crimson Tide.
3rd straight regular season win over a top 25 team. First time in Alabama history. Hard to believe they haven't done that before, but they've done it now. Jared Pinkney, the tight end. Gain of 7 on that reception. Vanderbilt moving the football across midfield again.
Just an easy stick route right there. Easy pitch and catch for Kyle Sherman. We thought that they were going to try to get the tight end, Jared Pinkney, more involved. We've seen that here tonight, Clay.
Pinkney 3 catches, 48 yards and a touchdown. You got tight ends falling out of trees here in Nashville now.
Big part of what they do.
A catch by Sherfield and a good run after the catch. Get 4 yards and a first down. Sherfield was the team's top receiver last year, and he hasn't had a breakout game yet this year.
You know, they say he's the hardest worker on the team. They come in the summertime, he's out in the jugs machine. Andy Lugwood told us he is a tireless worker. As good a worker as anybody on this Vanderbilt squad. And as you said, still waiting on him to have that breakout game. Does have good chemistry with his quarterback from a season ago.
28-17, Vanderbilt leading. This is Josh Crawford getting loose. Stiff arm. And close to the 30-yard line. The sophomore from Wetumpka, Alabama. They are high on him. We've seen Webb, Blasingame, and quite a bit of Josh Crawford now. He picks up 14 here.
All the running backs for Vanderbilt getting involved. We'll see a nice pull right here by Ian Pfeffer. Gets up to the second level. The interior of that Vanderbilt offensive line really having their way with the Tennessee State defensive line.
Oof. Boy, Dallas Rivers, the fullback. Crunch there by North. Justin North, the Sam linebacker for Tennessee State. Sets up second down and 9. There's Sims on the jet sweep. He gets inside the 25-yard line. There's L'Aquarius Cook with the tackle. And it'll be third down here for Vanderbilt.
Sure, Tennessee State's got to be happy they get the leader of the back end of that defense. L'Aquarius Cook back this half had to miss the opening half from a targeting penalty from the previous game.
Sims comes out. Josh Crawford in the backfield to the right is Shermer, who's out of the gun here on 3rd and 4. Two tight ends to the near side. Shermer looking to the near side, and now on his backside gets hit. And taken down, 4th down after Ebo Ogundeko gets the sack, the first for Tennessee State.
Ogundeko down right now, holding his arm. Nice job rushing off the edge. Getting that rip move.
And the field goal unit will come out.
See Ogundeko up top working on 58. Justin School. Nice job getting the rip up and completing the sack.
Open Shaw. Sets up from 48. This will match his long on the year. On the way. No good. Missed it to the left. And so Vanderbilt leaves some points on the field with under 7 minutes to go here in the third.
Big stop right there by the Tennessee State defense. Ogundeko with a big sack, forcing the missed field goal. Tennessee State trying to get back in this one here in Nashville.
The humble LED. Who could have known something so small would turn the entire lighting industry on its head? Us. Cree. We totally knew that.
We refinish, restore, and customize vintage motorcycles. I'm a believer in having the best of whatever you're using. I've used a wall trimmer as long as I can remember. The way the trimmer feels on your face is smooth, precise. You can feel the torque in it.
The more torque you have, the more fun something is. It's what can pick a front wheel off the ground.
Using a wall trimmer, there's an amount of freedom. Sculpt yourself the way you choose. More torque. That's good in a bike and great in a trimmer.
Hey guys.
He epitomizes everything that Derek Mason has done and wants to be on that defense.
He has size, he has athleticism, he can play sideline to sideline.
I don't know if he got it. Yes, it was 41 and white. Zach Cunningham.
He was the difference all game long.
Cunningham and Vanderbilt with that big win last week to get to 3 victories on the year. They're off next week. Vandy at Auburn, at Mizzou, host Ole Miss, and Tennessee. Do you think they can get to 6 victories this year?
At Missouri is a winnable game. They're going to have to win. At Auburn's looking tough. They're going to have to win one of those 2 at the end of the season here at home to become bowl eligible and get to 6.
And of course, finish off this game here tonight, which they lead. But there's another pass that's complete to Patrick Smith. Wow, that connection, Butler and Smith. Already a couple of touchdowns between those two, 22 yards into Vandy territory.
Boy, Butler drops a dime right there. Patrick Smith Does he come down with it? Ooh, I don't know.
No.
I don't know. That foot looked like it was out of bounds, Clay.
Well, they're going to review this.
Previous play is under further review.
That's Brad Rogers, our lead official here tonight. The replay official, who I think is following you and I around. We've seen Mike McGinnis quite a bit this year. He's looking at it upstairs.
See Patrick Smith right here. That foot's out of bounds.
Yeah.
This is going to get overturned.
To be a catch, player must have control with at least 1 foot in bounds and complete the catch. And it doesn't appear that Smith did that.
Nice pass by Ronald Butler. Patrick Smith right there on the sidelines. The foot just comes down out of bounds.
Pass ruled a completion to the 48-yard line. This is going to be overturned. I'll almost bet on it.
I would be very surprised if it's not overturned.
Well, if it's overturned, which we believe it will be, it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 30-yard line of Tennessee State. Just one more look. And he seems to have it there.
He just doesn't get that foot down.
Right.
Momentum heading out of bounds. Foot clearly comes down in the white.
Stands. First down.
What?
Wow.
Wow, I am shocked. I am not sure what Mike saw upstairs, but based on what we saw, that was an incompletion. Dusty, what do you have to say?
I don't know. I guess they did not feel that it was clear, indisputable evidence that he was out of bounds.
It's got to be indisputable video evidence to overturn the call on the field. I thought they had.
It's a back, yeah.
And now Tennessee State calls a timeout, their first of the half. You can hear the boos
Crowd
here in
doesn't
Nashville.
like it.
Hey, I don't blame them.
Joe Flacco. Choco Taco. Wow. Unbelievable. It's a chocolate taco.
ESPNU College Football is brought to you by Wall Clippers and Trimmers. Real guys, real grooming. Visit wallrealguys.com.
The Hockey Talks on Broadway. Welcome back to the SEC on ESPN. All right, here's that play again. Did Smith get the foot in that he needed to?
Well, they're taking a look at the left foot right here in the back. This left foot. And I don't think he has possession until right there, which the foot is in the air and he's out of bounds. To me, it's an incomplete pass. I think it's the wrong call, but clearly didn't feel that they had. You see his left foot right there. They're saying that's down, but to me, he doesn't have possession yet until he fully catches it. So
again, I'll read it. To be a catch, a player must have control with at least 1 foot in bounds, complete the catch, and have enough time to make a second act. Wow. Disappointed. I don't have a rooting interest in this game, but you know, we expect that when it goes upstairs that it's going to be done right. I don't feel it was. 2nd down coming up after that loss of 2. Tennessee State. There's Butler on the catch.
You know, I completely agree with you, partner. I did not agree with the call, but we play on, and Adam Butler's going to play on. The big defensive tackle with a nice tackle for loss right there on 1st down. having an outstanding senior season, the leader of the defensive line for Vanderbilt.
Back to the 50-yard line, 2nd and 12. Evans will get 4. Again, the freshman running back Earl Harrison, who plays quite a bit usually for Tennessee State, he's out. They're trying to save him for the rest of the Ohio Valley Conference games. He's got a broken hand. He's doubtful tonight, so we've seen a lot of Eric Evans for Rod Reed's team, which is 1 for 4 on 3rd down conversions tonight. This Vanderbilt defense looking for a stop with 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Incomplete. A lot of pressure there from that Vanderbilt front. 4th down.
Trying to set up the screen right there to Eric Evans. Snuffed out. Great job by Jordan Griffin, the linebacker, right there with the running back. Pressure gets there. Butler's got nowhere to go with it. Has to throw it in the ground. And the Vanderbilt defense off the field once again here in the 2nd half.
Yeah, so that play doesn't haunt them.
Right.
And they can turn the page here as Austin Rowley comes on. And Kalijah Lipscomb goes back to return for the 3rd time tonight on punt team. Good snap. Kick is away. Fair catch called for. And did Tennessee nope, did not. Touchback. 46-yard punt. Let's go to the studio and get an update from Brendan. Well, you and I have talked about Leonard Fournette. We think he's going to be.
No, they are playing some outstanding football. Went to Starkville a few weeks ago and got a big win and rolled the Hogs today. They're Jordan-Hare.
Kari Blasingame continues to be the workhorse for Vanderbilt. Cook tripped him up, but it's a 6-yard pickup. Yeah, Gus Malzahn, he goes on the hot seat there for a while, and now he's got his guys playing for him again.
Playing really well. Sean White, the quarterback's playing better football. They're running the ball better. We know that they've got a stout defense. That defensive line, one of the best in the SEC. Man, last few weeks, they've been lights out. Fun to watch how they finish up the rest of the season.
Benway had nearly 200 yards rushing for the Tigers. 2nd down and 4 for Vanderbilt, leading by 11. This is Blasingame. He's got another 1st down. Vanderbilt will move the sticks. That's an 8-yard pickup for Blasingame, who now has 13 carries, 98 yards.
He's really getting comfortable in this running back role, isn't he? You see him right there. Little patience, kind of picks his way, waits for the hole to open up. A nice gain on 2nd down. Vanderbilt rushing attack. We've seen 3 different running backs really having a big night so far. 280 yards on the ground for the Commodores.
And they stay on the ground with Ralph Webb, their leading rusher. He's close to another 1st down.
He and Pfeiffer pulls around right there, seals off a big hole for Ralph Webb to run through. Vanderbilt offensive line earning their paychecks here tonight.
They fake it to Webb, throwing this time is Shermer, and he's got the 1st down. A catch for Pinckney, the tight end again. Just about 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd. Next week, we're going to call it Big Saturday. Michigan State ended last year.
Wow.
The punter, Blake O'Neill.
Muff punt.
He'll never forget. Shermer to throw again. Sets, throws, strike. Pinckney. Ball comes out. Incomplete. Pinckney thought he had a completion.
He's got to complete the catch through the ground, and you see right there as he hits the ground, the ball comes out.
Yep.
It's an incompletion. That's a good throw right there by Kyle Shermer. Pinckney needs to hold on to that football to reward his quarterback for delivering a good ball.
Yeah, the crowd saw the replay on the Jumbotron here thinking that it was a completion, but I agree with you, that was the right call. Well, maybe they are going to look at it. No, Vanderbilt's calling a timeout, I believe.
Derek Mason, I think he wants the referees to take a look at this.
So Vandy with a timeout. We'll see if they look at that catch. 2:28 to go in the third.
Are you?
Now Derek Mason and Rod Reed are waiting the replay officials' decision. Here's another look. Vanderbilt is not charged with a timeout. This is an official's timeout to look at this catch or no catch by Pinckney.
To be a catch, player must have control with at least 1 foot in bounds, complete the catch, have enough time to make a second act common to the game. There's the catch. 1, 2.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Incomplete pass. Vanderbilt is not charged a timeout.
And that's what I saw when I saw it live.
Yeah.
Based off of, talk with Rogers Redding and all the various officials of the NCAA come and talk to us. The point of emphasis is catch, no catch. You've got to complete the process through the contact with the ground. Pinckney did not do that.
So it'll be second down. Sherfield going in motion. They're going to run it again with Webb. Now behind the block of Bruno Reagan. And across midfield, there's a late flag. Terrell Bonds. That's a penalty. Or is this going to be on Vandy?
Holding. Yep. Offense, number 89. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, and it remains second down.
That's the tight end, Sean Dowling.
Sean Dowling, the tight end, working on the defensive end. Gets his hands right there outside the framework. They see the jersey pull. Get him with the hold.
This is the third penalty against Vanderbilt, but brings it back to the 37-yard line. Screen pass out to Lipscomb. Out behind a block. Takes a shot by Collins. And he's down at the 47. It's kind of gotten a little choppy here in the closing minutes of the third quarter. Vanderbilt holding on to an 11-point lead. It's been a tough season for Vanderbilt. A lot of close losses. All three of their SEC losses have been by a touchdown or less. But they've done a good job keeping penalties to a minimum. They protect the football, play pretty good defense. That's why they've been in just about every game this year, save one, that blowout loss to Georgia Tech.
Great recipe for success.
Pressure, Shermer. Tipped, incomplete. Josh Crawford had it skip off his hand. They're going to pick Shermer up off the turf. Fourth down, and Vanderbilt will have to punt.
Like this rush right here by Ogundeko. Number one, you're going to see him come up, spin back inside. Really effective pass by Kyle Shermer. Force the incompletion.
It's only the second time that Sam Loy, the punter, has been called on to kick. You see that rugby style that he has. A lot of times it's very effective, including this time. Look at that roll. Still going. 47-yard punt for Sam Loy, and Tennessee State is backed up with 59 seconds to go in the quarter. ESPN Monday Night Football. 8:15 Eastern Time. Good one. Texans, Broncos. We'll start it with Monday Night Countdown at 6 Eastern, served by Applebee's. Well, that was not a good drive for Vanderbilt's offense.
You know, one of the things is Vanderbilt, this is the second time we've seen a drive start with a hold. If they get behind the sticks, they're not an offense that's adept to overcome a 10-yard penalty. That's what we saw right there. They got a little something going. They get behind the chains, start out 1st and 20, and they can't overcome that.
Tennessee State came out like a house of fire early in this ballgame, scoring on the second play from scrimmage. Has been held in check so far in the second half. There's the quarterback, Ronald Butler, running ahead for 5 yards. Jay Woods, defensive tackle, made the stop for Vandy.
Coming into tonight, that's what they're worried about with Butler, his ability to run, use his athleticism. Right there, a little bit of a quarterback draw, sees a little lane, tries to take advantage. Nice pickup on 1st down, but all in all, they've done a nice job of corralling Ronald Butler. Just 20 yards rushing on the evening.
And it's Butler taking off again. He's got the 1st down. He'll slide to the 22-yard line with 16 seconds to go. Last FCS playoff appearance, 2013. Rod Reed trying to get his guys back. It's a 24-team field. They need to play well down the stretch in the OVC. That's a great conference in the FCS. That's where Jacksonville State calls home. They're ranked number 2 in the FCS this year. The Tigers do not play the Gamecocks this year. That's good for them. And they are still in this ballgame where they could get an upset against their crosstown foes from Vandy, but Vanderbilt will lead it going into the 4th, 28-17 here on homecoming night at Vandy.
Texas.
Welcome back to the SEC on ESPN from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, Vanderbilt Stadium. And Tennessee State led after 1 quarter. Vanderbilt's running game has taken control, and that's why it's 28-17 as we start the 4th. Vandy with the lead. And Tennessee State's still in this ball game. They've got the football at their own 21. Butler throws. Nice catch made by Newbold, and he's got the 1st down. The true freshman, Stephen Newbold, with a gain of 11.
Brought the corner blitz right there with Jawan Williams back in the game. An excellent one-handed catch of the true freshman, Stephen Newbold. Big pickup on 1st down. Nice job catching the football with one hand.
Tennessee State trying to get this offense going again. They had just 57 yards total in the 3rd quarter after a pretty good 1st half. Play fake. That pass just a little out of the reach of Chris Rowland, another rookie. They've got 21 freshmen on that Tennessee State sideline who have played this year.
Only 10 seniors on that roster. A young football team for Rod Reed.
How about that band? Weren't they great at halftime?
Fantastic.
Tennessee State, just a terrific marching band. Vanderbilt's very good, too. It was a wonderful halftime show, and kudos to Vandy for letting the visiting team bring the band. Second and 10, Butler sets, throws, complete again, Newbold. Another 1st down for the Tigers.
Jawan Williams right there in man-to-man coverage, up at the line of scrimmage, pressed him. Stephen Newbold beats the coverage. A nice throw by the quarterback, Ronald Butler, getting into a nice rhythm, and here in the second half, really leaned on the true freshman Newbold as his go-to target.
How about those numbers? 254, a couple of touchdowns.
He's been excellent here tonight throwing the football.
Looking to throw here again on 1st down, being chased. As Burks in hot pursuit. They want a flag. They don't get one. Mazio Rhodes, the intended receiver. Herndon in the coverage. And no marker.
Trey Herndon in on the coverage. And I thought live, yeah, he got there early, partner. Thought that was a missed call right there by the official. Clearly contact was there before the ball got there for the receiver to be able to catch it. Yet no flag.
Ronald Butler did not win the starting job out of camp He is the starter now because of an injury. Throws again. That one too tall for Newbold. Will bring up 3rd down. In fact, Ronald Butler, the Tennessee State quarterback, has never won the starting job out of camp. But the senior in all 4 years has become the starter at some point because of one thing or another. And we talked to Rod Reed again this week. He says if it weren't for Butler, we wouldn't be 5-1.
I called him the MVP. Stepped in at game number 3. And he's been fantastic for this Tennessee State football team so far this year. For the most part, it's been with his legs. But tonight, you've seen it getting it done with his arm.
Yeah, we talked very little about his ability to throw this week. We thought we'd be seeing a running show, but he's been wonderful through the air. Can he convert here on 3rd and 10? Pressure, dancing, looking like Randall Cunningham here. First down, Butler. What a play by the senior from Tallahassee.
That's what keeps defensive coordinators up at night. The coverage is good down the field. The rush can't get home, and all of a sudden a little bit of space opens up. You see him buy himself some time. The rush lanes open up, and Ronald Butler out in the open field. You see the speed and the playmaking ability as he picks up a big 3rd down for Tennessee State.
Yeah, just the 2nd time they've converted on 3rd down tonight. Torian Ferguson put a pretty good hit into his hip, and he was trying to shake it off as he came back to the huddle. There's another great pass to Patrick Smith. Move the chains again. That's a gain of 16 for Smith.
Finds his junior target, Patrick Smith, on the slant. Ball delivered like a laser. On time, on target. Big time throw by Ronald Butler. Showing you a little bit of everything on this drive, Clay. His ability to throw it down the field. Obviously just picked up a huge 3rd down with his legs.
Butler has 270 passing. 170 of it is to Smith. 1st and 10 from the 28 of Vanderbilt. The lead is just 11 for the Commodores. Here's Butler again on the hoof. He lost the football, and it's recovered by the Commodores. Dari Odeyegbo, the recovery, the 2nd turnover for TSU.
Well, Ronald Butler has been spectacular here tonight. He was really good on that drive, throwing the football with his legs. A zone read right there. He gets out on the perimeter. And Ryan White, the safety, gets it out for a big Vanderbilt turnover.
Celebrating its 12th year sponsoring the Good Hands Field Goal Nets, Allstate makes contributions to participating universities' general scholarship funds for each field goal and extra point kick. To date, they've donated a ton of money. Well, we talked to Tennessee State during the week. They said we can't have penalties, especially pre-snap penalties. They've had those, and we can't turn it over. And now 2 turnovers, that last fumble by the quarterback, Ronald Butler, who was having a great drive, and it gives it back to Vandy with 12.5 left. Here's Darius Sims. He'll get a couple.
They said they need a clean football game. It's been anything but a clean football game for Tennessee State. Turnovers, penalties, the last thing they need to come into here and try to pull the upset of the Vanderbilt Commodores.
But I'll say this, Ronald Butler, he's a talent, and they've been moving the football all night against Vandy.
Yes, they have.
6 times they've gotten into Vanderbilt territory. They've had some big explosive plays. Butler has looked comfortable in the pocket most of the night. They've been their own worst enemy. There's Ralph Webb. He stopped about a yard short of the 1st down after a gain of 6. North on the tackle.
This has got to be as fresh as Ralph Webb has been in quite some time. We're talking about a guy coming into tonight with 644 career rush attempts. And here tonight, he's eclipsed the 100-yard mark. That's just his 9th carry of the evening. Blasingame, Sims, even Josh Crawford mixing around, running the football, taking some of that load off of their workhorse, Ralph Webb.
You know, Webb, we talked about it before. He grew up in Gainesville, but the Gators didn't offer him because they had quite a stable of running backs at the time. There's Blasingame, and they'll move the chains. Next week, we're calling it Big Saturday. 3 Big Ten games, all with playoff implications. Michigan, Michigan State,
Ohio State tonight. It's a good game. Ohio State only up 12-7 right now.
That's incomplete. Second down.
Boy, dangerous pass right there by Kyle Shermer. Tries to find C.J. Duncan. Well defended by the Tennessee State secondary. Fortunate for the incompletion.
David Kamara, the Ole Miss transfer, starting this game tonight in the secondary for Tennessee State. A lot of FBS transfers on this Tigers roster. 10:26 to go. A bubble screen, and that's going to be a short pickup for Sherfield. Pickup of 2, Gabe Scott, open field tackle.
Good job by Gabe Scott, diagnosing the play, coming up, making a nice open field tackle, 3rd and long. Been a problem down for Vanderbilt much of the season. See if Kyle Shermer can find one of his targets, keep this drive alive.
Let's see what he's done on 3rd down tonight. A touchdown pass earlier on 3rd down. Here's 3rd and 8 to midfield. Sherfield, and he's got it. 1st down, Vanderbilt. It's a gain of 9. Move the chains, keep the drive going, and keep the clock moving.
And Sherfield, throughout the course of the season, has been his primary target, especially on 3rd down. He finds him right there on the crossing route, stands in there. Good job stepping into the throw, putting it to where Sherfield can run after the catch, and enough for a Vanderbilt 1st down.
Ralph Webb in the backfield. They fake it to him. Here's Shermer. We've seen this play quite a bit tonight. Rolling to the right. This time, though, he's going to run. There was nothing downfield. Well covered. It's a gain of 3. Antonio Justice escorted him out. Smart play there by a sophomore. Nothing downfield and no mistake. Win tonight will be number 4 for Derek Mason's team. And we asked the question before, can Vanderbilt get bowl eligible? They're going to have 4 SEC games remaining after tonight. They're going to try to close this one out, get to 4, and then they need to find 2 more. Missouri having a down year, and they've got them left.
At Missouri, definitely a winnable game. At Auburn, looks tougher and tougher each week.
This is Crawford. Still going. Shedding tacklers and gets to the 25-yard line. How about that run by the sophomore tailback?
Crawford making people miss, showing some patience there in the hole. Nice cut right there off his block. Runs through an arm tackle right there. Just continues to keep the legs churning for a big pickup.
Gain of 20 yards, 325 on the ground now for Vandy.
At Missouri is a winnable game, Clay, but they've got to find a way to win one of those games here at home, either Ole Miss or Tennessee, to close out the season.
Well, the way they're running tonight, as Crawford gets another chunk. Now, if they can keep this kind of thing going, this will certainly help them find 6 wins in the second half.
This offensive line really did a nice job tonight. I like the leg drive from Josh Crawford right here. Got a hold of the leg. He just keeps it going. Terrell Bonds tries to hold on, waiting for somebody to come. No one shows up. Nice pickup there for the running back, Josh Crawford.
Crawford again. Slips a tackle, and he's going to be close to another Vandy 1st down. Looking ahead 2 home games are Ole Miss and Tennessee. There you see him. You know, the expectations changed around here after James Franklin came in, got those back-to-back 9-win seasons. Now, when Franklin left for Penn State, he didn't leave a ton for Derek Mason to work with. So, but the expectations didn't change. But it appears that things are starting to go in the right direction.
The trajectory is back on track, and a win like last week, something they need to really build on and get this football team back to a bowl-eligible team and a highly competitive team in the SEC East.
Crawford picks up the first down.
But you're exactly right. You know, James Franklin, back-to-back 9-win seasons. First time that happened here in what felt like forever. And so the expectations go up. And so when Derek Mason stepped in and the wins weren't right there, it's kind of like, oh, what's going on? But I think this is a quality football coach, defensive-minded guy, and as you just said, a football team that's headed in the right direction. They continue to get some help like they have tonight offensively. 2 games on that schedule, I would say definitely winnable later on this season.
Tennessee State wants a timeout here. 6:15 to go.
Timeout.
And we're going to take a timeout too.
Tennessee State, their second.
Back in a moment.
It's a full time.
336 yards rushing for Vandy tonight, Dusty.
Yeah, everybody's been getting it going tonight. Ralph Webb, as you see right here, this was to open up the second half. You see on the reverse, Tennyson. And a huge game for Blasingame. They've ran it well, and a lot of people have gotten touches, but Clay, I think we got to give that offensive line a ton of credit. Opened up big holes for this Vanderbilt rushing attack.
Now, granted, it's against an FCS opponent. With that said, it's still over 300 yards rushing, and the last time Vandy had 300 yards on the ground, you have to go back to 2012, a game also against an FCS opponent, Presbyterian. Little end around to the receiver, and that's a touchdown for Trent Sherfield. 14 yards for the junior from Danville, Illinois. And now Vanderbilt with some breathing room. There is a marker on the play. If this is holding, it's coming back. If not, it's going to stand. Brad Rogers down there trying to sort this one out.
The result of the play is a touchdown. After the play, personal foul number 56 of the offense. Tennessee State has chosen to put the 15-yard penalty on the kickoff.
That's Barrett Gauger, the center, with an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And the penalty yardage come on the kickoff. That was a long, sustained drive by Vanderbilt when they needed to milk the clock. Look at that, over 6 minutes taken off.
A lot of that on the ground. Big third down conversion. Kyle Shermer finding Trent Sherfield, and Sherfield on the end around caps off a nice drive for Vandy.
Open Sean for the extra point. Tommy hasn't had a good special teams night. A couple kicked out of bounds, missed a field goal, but gets the extra point here. And it's 35-17.
Well, it's a misdirection right here. It's a misdirection as we're going to see the tight end come around. Wide receiver's going to get it. They fake the zone read. The tight end, Nathan Marcus, out in front. Gets the block there. And Trent Sherfield, he finds the edge for a Vandy touchdown.
Texans, Broncos at 8:15 Monday on ESPN.
Hey guys. Hey. Oh, is this the new boyfriend? Yes. We haven't met yet. You're the sweetest. Yes. Do you want to hold him?
Hold my baby, man.
So easy to dip, so hard to put down. Rolled chicken tacos. Tasty shredded chicken all rolled up with your choice of dips. back at Taco Bell.
Gary, I am proud of you, my man. Making simple, smart cashback choices. With Quicksilver from Capital One, you're earning unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere. Like on that new laptop. Quicksilver keeps things simple, Gary. And smart, like you. And I like that.
I guess I am pretty smart.
Don't let that go to your head, Gary. What's in your wallet?
I always take the road less traveled. And if the road hasn't been traveled at all, I make my own road. Pave my own path. Build a shower to clean me off with the power of Old Spice Dirt Destroyer so I can get to the game.
Joe Flacco. Choco Taco.
First college football playoff rankings coming up shortly, November 1st. Here in Nashville, it's 35-17 now as Vanderbilt is poised to go to 500 at 4-4. It was a good game in the first half. Vanderbilt has taken control here in the second half with 6:08 to go. Another kickoff by Openshaw. Right down the middle this time, but short. Bobbled. Recovered. And Rowland spins ahead to the 30-yard line.
Defense here in the second half. They settled in, forced some punts, created a turnover. Goose egg on the board, and there's one of my old teammates, CJIU. The defensive line coach, his first year in coaching, was a GA at Oklahoma, played with me. Back in the day, Clay, that was when I was much bigger and had much more hair. But CJIU doing a great job. Derek Mason talked with him yesterday. Said he's the right man for the job. His players trust him, and he's gotten this defensive line to play really well so far this season. An up-and-comer quality football coach in college football, getting his debut this season with Vanderbilt.
Big Polynesian.
Yeah, he is.
He's got a big Polynesian and Lelau playing for him now here at Vanderbilt, who's been good tonight. Medley on that catch. That's a gain of 8 for Tennessee State. What did you guys have a nickname there when you were with the Sooners? Like, did your defensive front have a moniker?
We just try to go out and create havoc.
Havoc.
A relentless worker. I mean, just from day one when he came in, he was a JUCO transfer. He came in. We only played a year together, but we grew so close, and such a great worker. Always go with his hands, and talking with Coach Mason does a great job communicating that, working his hands. 4 years in the NFL with the St. Louis Rams, and now starting what I think is a bright future in the coaching world.
Sabri Curtis, who stopped about the line that they needed to get for the first down. Pen on the spot here.
You know, this is the youngest coaching staff in the SEC.
Yeah.
Derek Mason's put some young coaches around him. You can feel that energy when we were at practice yesterday, the young coaching staff, and players responding well to them.
You know what I thought was interesting is that he spent very little time with the offense. In fact, just lip service to the offense.
Yeah.
He's a defensive coach, and he is giving all the license to the offensive coordinator, Andy Ludwig, and all the position coaches. He said, go ahead and do your job. I'm going to take care of the defense. That's my responsibility. I'm going to be the head coach, too, of course. But he lets the coaches coach, and I think they appreciate that. There's Curtis again. No gain that time. In fact, maybe a loss. Second down coming up as Jakari Thomas got the stop.
He stays in his lane. He sticks to his area of expertise. That's defensively. That's in the secondary. Trusts his coaches, as you said. He's really put together a nice defense here in his third season at Vanderbilt.
Now, Tennessee State's got over 400 yards of total offense. An FCS opponent coming into your house and going over 400. I don't think that's going to sit well with Coach Mason tonight.
Be a great coaching point, right? I mean, this will be the second straight win, first time in the Derek Mason era. So they'll feel good about that, but I'm sure they'll look at this film and find plenty of areas that they can improve upon.
Ooh, nearly. Is that a pick? Yeah, they're going to say that Wiley got it, but there is a marker on the play. Well, Darius Wiley appears to have the third turnover of the game.
It's definitely an interception. I mean, he caught that clean. Now the question is, what's the penalty?
Pass interference defense. Ball is placed at the spot of the foul. It's an automatic first down.
Now it's Wiley with the pass interference too. So wipe out the interception and move the chains. First down, Tennessee State and Vandy territory.
We're talking about making improvements on the Vanderbilt defense. I mean, I think first and foremost, their ability to stop the play action pass. It was a problem early on in this football game. Gave up a couple of deep plays and something Derek Mason not going to be happy about. And look at this film.
It's Curtis again. Yegbo, the big Nigerian, with another stop. Yegbo, his parents immigrated to the United States from Nigeria, so first generation American and having a nice career here so far at Vanderbilt. He's been active tonight.
All those guys along the defensive front been active as they're going with 4 down linemen here.
Butler gets it out. There's Newbold again, tried to slip the tackle, but Herndon held on and brought him down. And we go under 3 minutes to play. Another tackle for Herndon.
Been impressed with Trey Herndon here tonight. Good cover skills. See the plant and drive right there, making the nice open field tackle. To junior cornerback, showing off his entire skill set here this evening.
All right, 3rd and 3. Here's Robbie Morris, the tight end, the transfer from UAB, but short of the first down as Wiley wraps him up. So 4th down here for Tennessee State with 2:20 to play.
Well, Vanderbilt got aggressive there. They brought a blitz. They go man to man. And Wiley, good open field tackle, forcing 4th down. The one thing when I watch film of Vanderbilt, tackles so well, Clay. And when you watch college football, the more you watch of it, the less quality tackling you see. So when you watch a team like Vanderbilt that tackles in the open field so well, it's a breath of fresh air.
Every time they've gone for it this year on 4th down, they've converted. Let's see what Tennessee State can do here on 4th and 1. Butler should have been caught, dropped by Newbold. And Vanderbilt will take over on downs and be able to run this one out. 35-17, Vandy leading. They will wrap it up when we come back here to Nashville. Have him in the first week of the season. There ain't no.
PJ Fleck, he's got it going. They're rowing the boat.
All right, so Vandy just trying to run out the clock here and get to 4 and 4. There's Dallas Rivers with a run.
I'll tell you another team. It's interesting. We were in Morgantown a few weeks ago. West Virginia came off a bye a week ago. They went to Lubbock, Texas, shut down the Red Raiders offense, blew them out. And then back at home this week, they had TCU. TCU was coming off a bye. A lot of people pointing to that game as an upset. And West Virginia beats them 34-10. The question, they go to Stillwater next week. They can survive that. I think we got to start looking at West Virginia as a team that we got to take a serious long look at, because they get Oklahoma and Baylor down later in the season in Morgantown, West Virginia. So Dana Holgerson got it working right now in Morgantown.
Yeah, the offense looking really good, maybe the best it's been all year. The defense has been pretty good all year. As we go under a minute, another carry for Rivers. The running game, the story for Vanderbilt in this one. 2 rushers over a 100-yard game tonight. Webb and Blasingame. The last time that happened, 2012 for Vanderbilt.
To help illustrate the offensive outburst tonight, Clay, 357 on the ground. This is an offense that averages 281 on the season. So clearly way above their season averages here tonight.
Shermer to Dallas Rivers, the junior out of Stone Mountain, Georgia. And that's going to do it. 35-17 the final. Vanderbilt with 358 yards rushing, 501 yards total offense in the win here tonight. Well, tonight, don't miss Sports Center at night with Nicole Briscoe, John Butchergross. They're going to have the highlights of Game 6 of the NLCS, which is about ready to wrap up. Plus all the college football. Sports Center at night after Ole Miss LSU on ESPN. The Cubs just won. It's official. Wow. They are going to the World Series for the first time since 1945. How about that? Vandy, 500 at 4-4. They go into the bye. Their first two-game win streak since Derek Mason took over as head coach. 35-17 the final. Now Bethune-Cookman, Norfolk State.